we're here today to talk about some hopeful news. And it's a story that involves creatures too small to see and a complex maze of canals in the Sacramento Valley. And we might get lost in some details here, but it's really a pretty simple story. It's a story about a hunch some scientists had about a way to help Delta smelt, and all the farmers in the irrigation districts in the Sacramento Valley who helped us test that hunch this year. It's a hopeful story because the hunch appears to be correct. And if testing over time proves it out, we may have found a relatively easy way to help fix one of the many things that are affecting Delta smelt, which is a shortage of food. Delta smelt are found only in the estuary where the Sacramento rivers and San Joaquin rivers come together. And based upon the regular surveys that agencies have been taking for decades, we know that Delta smelt populations are at an all-time low. And there are many factors to blame for this decline, including loss of habitat, water diversions for cities and farms, and invasive species. But clearly lack of food is a major factor. And for many reasons not yet fully understood, the Delta no longer generates as much of the food that Delta smelt depend upon. The little, can't see it with the naked eye, microscopic animals called zooplankton. Once construction is finished at Wallace Weir, replicating this sort of pulse flow and plankton experiment should be a lot easier in the future. And that gives us hope that we'll be able to help Delta smelt every year with better food supplies. Our understanding of the needs of the species is a work in progress. And I think this year we've made very significant progress thanks to good science and good cooperation.
What we've gotten a clue about over the past few years is that when we enhance flows a bit during some of the drier months, we can also get some benefit downstream to the Delta food web. So we observed that in the falls of 2011 and 2012 when there were unusually large agricultural flow pulses through here. So based on all of this background work, our team hypothesized, again, if we could just get more flow here during some of the drier months, we might be able to support the downstream food web for Delta smelt. So this year we managed to get water from the Sacramento River into Yolo Bypass around mid-July. And just to be clear, we're not talking about enough water to flood the lands you're talking about. It's just enough to get this channel pushing productivity downstream to where the Delta smelt are. The second key point is when we're using water through here, it's not actually lost. The water is simply rerouted from the Sacramento River and it's delivered back to the Sacramento where it's available for other beneficial uses. The plankton bloom that we're seeing here suggests that the action helped to boost the base of the food web for Delta smelt at a really critical time of year for this imperiled species. So the next steps, because we're scientists, we publish this sort of thing, we share it with our colleagues, we get scientific feedback on things. But what we're seeing already is that this seems to be a promising approach to try and boost the Delta food web. We have funding through the governor's budget and California Department of Fish and Wildlife to conduct similar actions the next couple years, and perhaps not only in summer when we did it this year, but also in fall. The bottom line is that we're hoping that we've kind of opened the door for at least a modest food bank for Delta smelt and other fishes, and hopefully edge them a little bit further from the brink of extinction. Thanks.